Well, hey, welcome back. This is Freed's first time. My name is Freed. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's not exactly a whiskey review, per se, but I'm going to let you in on a little tradition that I've started with myself over the past couple of months. This is kind of what I've been doing on my Sundays. I kind of put on UFC and pour some whiskeys and do a little blind thing with myself. And I just now realized that this would be kind of good to put on camera. So I did it. So what I usually do is I'll look at what I have and I'll find 3 or 4 whiskeys that have at least 2 things in common that, are somewhat similar. So today we're checking out Speyside 12-year-old whiskeys that have spent either all of their maturation or at least some of their maturation in sherry barrels. So that's kind of fun. And I did all this by myself, and let me explain to you how I set up a blind on my own. Word of the wise, I do have a terrible memory, so that helps. And I have these colored stickers. I put them on the bottom of the glass. I pour the whiskey, write down what it is with the spot, and then after that, like way in advance, I did all this pouring way in advance because the, aforementioned shit memory. I gave them a massive shuffle. So there's no way I know what these are. And the color differences between them aren't that great to where there's going to be a massive tell or a giveaway. So that's good. That's a good thing. So for the sake of transparency and all that stuff, I'm going to give them another shuffle just so you all can get where I'm coming from, that this is completely blind. I do have no clue what is in what glass. So how I usually do it, I don't give them a score per se. I just write down which one I like the best on the nose, on the palate, and on the finish. The color I don't really take into consideration, although I should. I think some of them are natural color. Most of them are natural color. The only one, the Mortlock, is the only one that has, and the Aberlour, has been colored. So that's a 50-50 thing, so I'm not even gonna worry about color. So introducing the contestants today. We have the Tamdhu 12-year-old. Let me check all my notes. 43% ABV, aged in first and refill Oloroso sherry barrels, coming in at about $16.70 US. So these things have several things in common. They got around the same price, around the same ABV, around the same maturation process, and the same age, and the same whiskey region. So that's a lot of things in common. I was gonna put in the Benriach 12, but then I realized that I've shit all over that thing enough and I need to give it a break, and I didn't want to just bring that out after I just reviewed it. Anyway, coming through again, we have the Glenallachie 12-year-old. That is between 65 and 80 bucks. All natural, virgin oak, and then PX and Oloroso casks. Just so you know, this is an earlier version. This is like a 2018 release. So it hasn't really gotten to the point to where it's starting to pick up traction and get massive popularity like the 2022, 2023 releases. So just, a word of the wise. Word. Moving on. Now we have the Aberlour 12-year-old. This is the non-chill filtered 48% ABV edition. So I think as far as picking out which one this one is, I think I'll be able to figure it out because it'll be the hot one. Let's see, it is colored, it is non-chill filtered, it spent time in American and sherry oak, traditional oak, and seasoned sherry butts, is the information that I found, and you can find that between 60 and 70 bones. And then finally, my actual whiskey of the year 2022, if you can believe that or not, the Mortlock 12-year-old. This is a Diageo Darling, so it is going to be filtered, it is going to be colored. You can find this for about 55 bucks, 43.4% ABV, and has spent time in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry barrels. Right on. So, I have the answers right up here, and I've got my pad ready to write down some notes. I'm gonna go like 1 to 4, obviously, starting at my left, so your right, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is that. Now I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, and I'm gonna talk about what I'm smelling and what I'm tasting, and if I find out that everything is really boring, which is a possibility, I'm gonna try to figure out that cool fast forward editing thing. So I guess let's go for it. Right on, Sophie, take it out of the way. Let's see. All right, so last one on that. Guess what, Sherry? Whew, okay. All right. We have a winner, we have a loser, and I have just decided to venture a guess as to what they are. And before I begin, if you were hoping for musical pairings on this one, I'm not doing it because that would involve me going over the table and sitting down with each of these and playing a whole bunch of songs, and by the end I would just be shithoused, and that's not what I'm looking forward to. That's not what I'm looking for right now. Cool, so the winner, which the strange thing has happened, and for all the times that I've been doing this on my own, this has never happened. The nose, the palate, and the finish, all the same rankings, which is crazy. Usually I have to like draw lines and connect and figure everything out, but they've all got the same rankings, and they all say that number 2 is the winner. Number 1 is second place. Number 3 is third, and number 4 is fourth. And my guesses are that this is the Aberlour, strictly because of the heat. Because this Aberlour is 48, remember? And honestly, my brain is telling me flavor-wise that this is the Aberlour, but my tongue still stinging tells me this is the Aberlour, and this is the Tamdhu, because that's more flavorful and it's way softer. And that would make sense considering it's a 43%er. Right? Right. So, in my head, the winner is Tamdhu. Let's see if I'm right. Let's just look at all of them. So, the winner is Pale Green. And here are the results. Pale Green is Tamdhu. Nice. Got it. Forgive me if I celebrate excessively. I traditionally fucking suck at these, but so when I get one right, it's a home run for me. All right. So second place is Pink, and Pink is Glenallachie. How about that? Yeah. Okay. I don't think I gave myself enough room. Let me see if I can scoot. Huh. That's pretty cool. Glenallachie for second. I think that worked. Third place was number 3, and that is Dark Green, and that is Aberlour. And I was right on Mortlock. So that means, yeah, this is the yellow one. Yeah, and that's Mortlock. Cool, so I chose the winner correctly. So this, the Glenallachie, the heat I was getting, this is 46%. So this is 2% lower than the Aberlour. So I'm not too disappointed in myself with that one. But so if you're at the liquor store and you're wondering, I want a kind of somewhat sherried whiskey that's from Speyside, that's 12 years old, that's under 50% ABV. It looks like Tamdhu is your man. And at 60 to 70 bucks, yeah, I would go for it for sure. That was fun. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for taking part in my little weekly tradition. I'll make sure to record more of these. And please take my my method, and do your own blinds, because they're just a lot of fun, and obviously it's more fun with more people. And you learn a whole lot, and you very much might surprise yourself. So that's cool. So soon we'll be back to normal reviews with musical pairings, and that's all I got with this one. Right on, man. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.